Here, Old White humorously says, to change your destiny, you gotta sweat a little. The town now has a peculiar sight, a white coach and his Mexican squad running around in the blazing sun like a scene from a movie. Old White, being a bit past his prime, can only lean against the supermarket door, panting like he just ran a marathon. The owner cheerfully hands him a fizzy soda while the team is sprinting like their futures depend on it. The team ran 3 laps by themselves, returning to the car wash like they just conquered a marathon. Chubby didn't keep up, but he gritted his teeth to finish. Seeing the team's worn-out shoes, Old White couldn't help but feel mixed emotions. Soon, they had their first match, and Old White splurged on new gear, filled with hope. At the starting line, the committee chuckled, calling them a team of soy sauce runners. Old White confidently replied, "Don't judge a book by its cover, let's show what we've got on the field." He explained the rules, stating, 1 point for first, 2 for second, lowest score wins. Prior to the start of the race, athletes from other private high schools teamed up to ridicule Mayfield, yet the team members chose to swallow their anger. They aimed to prove themselves on the track. When the gun went off, they bolted like wild mustangs racing to victory. Old White felt a mix of excitement and anxiety as they each found their rhythm in the race. Thomas was holding his own, temporarily in fourth, while the others were in a bit of a pickle. As the race progressed, things began to get a bit chaotic. As they hit the beach, Thomas kicked it into gear, but the other runners played a blocking game. Thomas pushed hard, chasing the front, but that uphill stretch turned into his arch-nemesis. His speed waned as he watched competitors whiz by, like a personal flash sale. Thomas was out of his element, clueless on how to handle it, and as the race neared its end, hope was fading. Old White eagerly waited at the finish line, but only saw the lead group pass by, feeling like a Hollywood script gone wrong. Despite Thomas giving his all, the results were lackluster, with team members either lagging or ready to quit. Chubby was the last to arrive, and the team faced a crushing defeat, the mood reminiscent of a soap opera. The atmosphere inside the vehicle was permeated with a sense of disappointment, and Old White had no choice but to take the blame for the failure, seeking to encourage everyone. "You guys have potential beyond this." His words shone like sunlight, lifting the gloom. However, back home, Old White felt the weight of disappointment. The results wouldn't land him a better job or move his family from this town. His wife didn't care about that. She wanted him to come home and leave work behind to spend time with the kids. Old White agreed verbally, but his mind was racing with cross-country training. The next day, he took the team to a hilly area, starting some mountain adventures. The team barely finished a lap, panting like they'd run the Olympics, with Chubby nearly collapsing hilariously. But Old White urged them to keep running, telling them to treat those hills like friends, or even competitors. The team ran like candles flickering in the wind, tired yet stubborn to keep burning bright. It was only after 10 laps that Old White finally said, "All right, time for a break." Yet Thomas, as if someone had flipped the switch on him, continued to run frantically and questioned Old White. "Can't I ever stop?" The family had toiled for generations, carrying heavy almond shells. What a legend. The almonds they worked hard for left them with just shells, like countless disappointments. In this barren land, Thomas saw no hope, so he made the tough choice to quit. Old White had to pause the training to comfort Thomas and returned home with a heavy heart. Confronting his daughter, he awkwardly mumbled a useless happy birthday as if to make up for his absentee parenting. Clearly, his daughter was not convinced at all, and she stormed off angrily into her bedroom. Old White tried to reach out, but no matter how loudly he called, his daughter stayed silent, leaving him feeling utterly defeated. Such is the plight of middle-aged men, the balancing act between career and family, always teetering, causing heartache. In a dejected mood, Old White wandered the streets at night, unexpectedly spotting someone on a bridge. As he cautiously approached, he realized it was Thomas, thinking, "This guy sure knows how to pick a spot." The bruises on Thomas' face left Old White puzzled. He wondered what secrets were hidden inside. Old White mentioned forgetting his daughter's birthday, joking about his incompetence, unknowingly striking a chord with Thomas. Turned out Thomas was dealing with family drama. His father returned to find his sister pregnant, sparking a household uproar. Thomas rushed to calm his dad down but got hurt in the process, and Old White felt a pang of sympathy upon discovering the truth. The urgent task now was to get Thomas down from the bridge. "You don't want to step back from this place?" "Well," Thomas' response dripped with despair. "If you jump from here, you might not die, but you'll definitely walk with a hitch." Think about all the possibilities in life. If you enjoyed the story, subscribe to our channel for more exciting content.